Black Goose TV family, what's good with it? I got a quick update for y'all. This is not going to be too long. I just want to give you guys a little bit of insight on the AJ versus Usyk 2 situation. Me personally, I feel like we haven't had anything concrete. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the venue, when it comes to the date, everything has just been speculation. But per Eddie Hearn, we finally got something that we can actually say, hey, I can believe that. I can rock with that. I can look forward to that. So if y'all up in here, y'all want to update on the particular situation, before I get into this joint, please hit the like button below. Subscribe to the channel so you're part of the family. And as always, if you guys got an opinion, man, drop it in the comments below so we can talk that shit if you need to talk that shit. Anyways, with that being said, also blessings and positivity, man. Stay absolutely blessed, not stressed. You already know what the deal is. But this is a real quick snippet from a particular article I was reading, right? This wasn't actually a headline in article. So that's why you guys see next to me all words. You know what I'm saying? The only reason I was able to find this joint out was because I was reading about something else. And then as I kept reading, I was like, oh, they're talking about something else up in this bad boy. And it happened to be about the AJ Usyk situation. So this isn't much. It's not a lot, but it's enough, hopefully, where anybody who was wondering, speculating, trying to get an idea of what's going on with this particular fight, it eases your mind just a little bit. So let's go ahead and get into it. This is coming from Eddie Hearn himself. He said, there is not a problem now, but if it is not announced next week, that it could be put back a week or two. So once again, there's not a problem now when it comes to the fight, but if it is not announced in the next week, then it could be put back a week or two. The fight is definitely happening. So he's assuring us it's going to happen. The 23rd is the date that everyone is agreed on and everyone is fine with, but apparently nothing's been signed. That's not good. If we agree next week, then everything is fine. So that's a weird thing to say. So he said the fight is definitely happening. The 23rd is the date that everyone is agreed on and everyone is fine with. If we agree next week, then everything's fine. So he said the date is agreed upon. Is it the money that's not agreed upon? Is it the venue that's not agreed upon? Because obviously there's something else that has to be agreed in a consensus in order for this to be, in order for this fight to move forward, in order for them to announce something that's, somewhat official. Because he literally says they agreed upon the date, but if we agree next week, then everything is fine. So there's something else that needs to obviously have to be ironed out, and everyone feels like they're all in agreement. The date of the fight and the time to train are not the problems. It is more about the extra obligations of TV, press conferences, and promotion. 8 weeks out feels okay. Once you get down to 7 or 6, it's a problem. Both fighters know that if we do have a media tour, which we will have to have a media tour, then it needs to happen in the next 10 to 14 days. Ooh. Beyond that, we will need to move that thing back a week or two. I'm going to say that one more time. Beyond that, we will need to move that thing back a week or two. If we go July 23rd, then we are 9 weeks away, then we need to announce it next week. It has to be next week. They will want us to do a media tour. We would have to go to the Middle East and London, maybe even New York. So we really need to announce it next week. All right. And by the way, this is also coming from them. Usyk versus Joshua was targeted to take place on July 23rd in the Middle East. So it's targeted for the Middle East. Okay. It's targeted for the Middle East. It's targeted for July 23rd. But per Eddie Hearn, there seems like there's a whole lot of speculation. There's a little bit of withdrawal. There's nothing for sure coming out of his mouth. Eddie Hearn's usually he stands pretty firm on these type of things where he's like, oh yeah, but it seems like he's confident that the fight will happen, but it seems like the venue hasn't been agreed on. Maybe the money hasn't been agreed on. I'm not sure what's going on with this fight. I wonder if it's in jeopardy. I really do. The way this is going, because we're talking about July 23rd. We're about to be in June and it hasn't been announced yet. That doesn't even make any sense. So yes, if it's going to happen by July 23rd, I agree with you, Eddie. It needs to be announced next week. But with that being said, Black Goose TV family, that is the update I want to give to you guys on the Usyk versus Joshua 2 fight. It really isn't much of an update because it still really doesn't tell us anything. Me personally, as someone who would love to see this rematch, it makes me kind of scared. It makes me be like, it sounds like you guys are just going to be pushing this back until you guys can actually agree on whatever else you guys need to agree on. Like, it seems like the date's cool, but it seems like there's something going on with the money in the venue. I feel like Usyk doesn't want to fight in the Middle East. That's what I personally think. Or not Usyk, but his team. They're like, why am I going to fight? But who knows? Who knows? Let me know what you guys think about this. Do you guys, is this a cause of concern for, what you're hearing from Eddie Hearn? Do you think there's a possibility this fight doesn't happen? Do you think it's just, negotiation? That's all it is. What is your guys' thoughts on this whole entire situation? How do you feel about this update? Drop it below in the comments. Drop it. Like a bitch with a fat ass. Like the video if you ain't liked it. Subscribe to the channel. By the way, guys, I do want to tell you guys this. Y'all know your boy's name is Fluence for a goddamn reason. I will be coming out with some new music It's not going to be a whole lot, but I plan to get back on that side of the game. I plan to, you know, at least release a song every other week or something like that. But I'm going to start adding that to the or adding that back to the channel. So y'all got some tunes to listen to from your boy Fluence. I'm going to try and work on some things with Zen as well. But I just wanted to give you guys that update. I'm hoping to give you guys some music very, very, very soon. But with all that being said, I want to say I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Blessings y'all way. Blessings to your family. Stay absolutely motherfucking positive. Don't let nobody take that away. And on the Arnold Schwarzenegger side of the game, say it with me, people.